Hello my dear students, welcome to all of you for watching my video channel on conditional clauses. And this is the fourth part of my conditional clauses which I have made for you. And at the outset I would beg forgiveness from you because I have committed two mistakes in the third part. This is the slip of the tongue. In the previous part I have made a slip of the tongue while teaching you conditional clauses. When if is used in the sense of as or since, it is not a conditional clause but an adverb clause of reason, because the if clause there shows the cause or reason of something. It was really a slip of my tongue. At another place I have used the word unexpected, but the word should be read as expected. I am extremely grateful for these two mistakes and I beg forgiveness from all of you. I request you to take these things lightly. And then I would like to take other words which mean if, means other words which are used in conditional clauses. One of them is only if, and the meaning suggested by only if is quite different from if only. The phrase only if implies one condition to be fulfilled. For example, you can go to bed only if you have completed your home task. Another example, I would invite him to dinner only if he doesn't drink here. The most important point about only if is that when only if is used at the beginning of the sentence, the inversion in the main clause takes place. In other words, the main clause seems like an interrogative sentence. For example, only if you can qualify in your first attempt will you beg the gold medal. Only if he tells the truth will he be granted bail. Then come to the next point. We can use would in if clause and main clause. It is generally used in American spoken English. I would be happy if you participate in the function. It would be a great pleasure for me if you attend the party with your family. There is another conditional clause which generally confuses the staff and the students. This is called the mixed conditionals. The mixed conditional clauses are a mixture of type 2 and type 3 conditional clauses. The time implied by if clause and the time implied by main clause are quite different from each other. In other words, the time implied in if clause and main clause is different in both the clauses. For example, if my uncle had not educated me, I would be a farmer now. In the if clause, we have used past perfect, which belongs to past time. And in the main clause, the time is present. So here, the past time and present time are mixed. If I had studied mathematics, I could teach you now. Meaning, the if clause belongs to past time and I could teach now belongs to present time. If I had a car, I would not have hired a taxi. Meaning, I hired a taxi, it is past time, because I don't have a car now. If he had taken his meal, he would not be hungry now. And here, the if clause belongs to past time and the main clause belongs to present time. So these are called mixed conditional clauses. Then I would like to tell you another conditional clause which you may not have heard in your lifetime, or it may not have come to a notice in your grammar book. This is called biscuit conditionals. It is also known as speech or relevance conditional clauses. In this clause, the truth mentioned in if clause is not dependent on, or it is not a condition for the main clause. In other words, the truth expressed by the main clause is not dependent on the condition suggested by the if clause, and hence the main clause is completely independent and is not affected by the condition suggested by if clause. For example, if you don't have money, why do you want to buy such a costly building? If you want to play football, there is a large field behind the king's palace. There is a lot of egg roll on the table if you want to have a square meal. And here we find that the condition implied by the if clause doesn't affect the truth implied by the main clause. So main clause is totally independent of the if clause. And the last point, sometimes in conditional clauses we use then just before the beginning of main clauses. You might have noticed sometimes we use then, THEN, before the beginning of the main clause. Some people consider it to be a mistake, but it is quite correct. Use of then before the main clause emphasizes the idea suggested in the main clause. Here both the if clause and main clause fulfill the complementarity of each other. So the use of then before main clause is not a mistake. However, you can omit it. Generally, it is not written, but the use of then before the main clause is correct. For example, if your father doesn't send you money, then I will help you with some. If you finish cooking before 10 a.m., then you can attend your office in time. If you secure first class with distinction in your final degree examination, then I will offer you a job. And here ends the fourth part of my conditional. And with this, I conclude the fourth part of my conditional clauses. And at the end, I attach the notes I have prepared for you for your reference. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all of you for watching my channel on conditional clauses. Thanking you once again. Please don't forget to subscribe the 4 parts of my conditional clauses on YouTube channel if they prove advantageous, beneficial and effective for all of you. Thanking you once again.